Because Tyler Reddick told Billy Scott there's zero shot there's going to be one overtime in this race.
Well, I think the question is, Reddick is the type of guy that I think can do it, right? Because, you know, he's pretty good on points at plus 170. A win would lock him in. He's running 6. He probably doesn't think he can win it from 6 on old tires, right?
We had 2 overtimes last year, and that's the big, I mean, the chance that there'll be an accident off of turn 2 goes way up right now. And, you know, and that's what you have to weigh. And if you say, okay, we know, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
This time. You got to come
exactly,
back. Right?
Welcome
to
the Indianapolis Motor Speedway of the Brickyard 400.
So if you think it's going to be 2, then you come on down pit road, which I think a lot of people in the back half of the
We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, but after you watch the rivalry game, Chicago Sky, they have lost the game.
Top 5, absolutely stand on track. Maybe some in the top 10. But I like the gamble, honestly, if you're Reddick or maybe even or somebody like that. Keselowski.
And that's what her team should I have to do.
Gas coming to restart for the final green, white, checkered overtime.
So here are time rules. Here it is. 2-lap shootout, green, white, checkered, caution prior to white flag, green's another OT. If leader takes white flag, next flag ends race. And I'll limit attacks. Well,
or the checkers, and we can do it as many times as we need to finish this thing out.
And so if we get a wreck in the first, then you can have guys running out of gas in the restart zone in the second, and then it just starts to kind of tumble out of control.
Out of control, that's exactly right. And we've seen it here before. Seen it a lot of places, but I feel like it's a recurring theme in this race.
Well, it's decision time. I believe pit road is open. It is. So there's no chance if I'm front 2 rows, Balls, Larson, Byron, or Hamlin, unless I know I'm running out of gas, I'm staying out. Well, here you go. Reddick, blue car right there, turning left. Briscoe coming with him. They're hoping some guys will come. Briscoe's not enough for coming.
Yeah, Briscoe looked in the mirror and said, dang it. Nobody's coming with me. So
Aboard.
Yep. Like Chase Elliott, possibly.
I don't hate this call for somebody like Chase or John Hunter Nemechek or some of these guys near the back. Marty.
Yep, so Tyler Reddick's vote of their 0 shot. There will be 1 overtime finish. Wins here. Billy Scott making the call to bring him down pit road. Interesting to see if they take tires here. Remember, he's had that right rear vibration. Yes, they're going to take at least right sides here. He's had that right rear vibration for much of that last run. So if there are multiple attempts, the cars pitting right now know they can make it. A lot of other teams have no idea.
You know, you reference the vibration for Tyler Reddick. Briscoe, when we talked about it, he looked like he might come. He decides not to. He was another driver that mentioned a vibration on that final run as Ty Gibbs comes down, leading the way in the in-season challenge and trying to close the deal on that $1 million in the bracket.
That's a situation that's tough for him. Now he's behind a large majority of the field.
No.
If there is an accident, you don't want to get into the accident and have any kind of damage that wouldn't allow you to continue.
$1 million, I might just find myself a safe little pocket back there.
Yeah.
I think I know what I would do. All bank accounts aren't measured equally.
I was going to say, for $100, I'd say find myself a pretty safe little pocket and ride around back there. But 3 laps down is Dylan, so, well, yeah, I'm not even going to say it because it will happen at that point. Multiple green, white checkers, a bunch of laps being scored. Well, then let's talk about where they're going to choose. We know who's pitting. All right, Dale, you're Bubba Wallace. We saw Allgaier, not to tear a Band-Aid off, but he did win with Zillage, so I'm not going to make it too... You know, he chose the top, which I think was going to work, but then Larson mistakenly got into him and caused a wreck. So if you're the 23, top or bottom?
If you choose the bottom, where does Byron go? That's the question. Byron is not going to push the 23 into a win past the 5.
I would imagine that would be bad.
That would be bad. So you'd hear about that on Monday or maybe soon. So that's the 20. Denny Hamlin. Can there be a place where Bubba and Denny are able to line up together? Now, either way, the second row is really the key. Who is behind who in the second row? Because the pusher and the launch is the critical part of this restart.
I just love what you said.
He went to the guy running third.
And it's funny, but it's real because it's not just about where you are. Where is your partner? Who do you have coming from behind to give you the shove you need? In a perfect world,
have the fuel to make it to the end and isn't just one overtime.
And Kyle Larson knows all about that. He was the chaser last year to get it done and to get that brick and get the Brickyard 400 trophy. They are planning for every scenario. That's what this 5 team is good at. And crew chief Cliff Daniels was just telling Kyle Larson, look, if we have to hit that emergency switch, go to the reserve tank. The best thing to do under green is start swerving on the straightaway to make sure the fuel is in that pickup. You can't be near the wall and get that fuel in the car. That's if we need it. So again, they're planning ahead for every scenario, but they think they're okay, Marty.
This shoe's very interesting for William Byron. Yes, they're going to stick with their teammate Kyle Larson, but how good of a teammate will you be when a second crown jewel in 2025 is on the line for William Byron? He'll push Larson, but would he take the chance to make it 3 wide? We'll see, Danielle.
Denny Hamlin go from last to first. He is lining up 4th on this restart. Just ahead of him, Hendrick teammates and Bubba Wallace, who drives for him at 2311 Racing. Denny Hamlin, if he wins his first ever Brickyard 400 today, would pull off the Grand Slam, having won the 3 other crown jewels in Cup Series racing and win number 59 of his Cup Series career. He just announced a 2-year contract extension this weekend to stay with Joe Gibbs Racing, who he's been racing for the past 2 decades. Can he pull it off, Double A? We're about to find out.
Boy, a lot of drama going to unfold here.
So I think, listening to that conversation, Bubba Wallace maybe picks the inside here. The 24 is going with his teammate to the outside. That's a guarantee. Then I love being on the inside. Bubba Wallace can then hide a hand gesture. Being on the inside, you get your hand out the window a little bit. You let the 11 car know when you're going to get on the throttle and start to accelerate. You maybe hand gesture to the 11, the following car, just slightly before you get into the gas so that he can then meet your rear bumper and you both can lock up and go. And so the outside line won't be able to see that, won't be privy to that information.
Well, let's see. It's choose time. No surprise. Bottom of the 24.
Oh, the 24 to the bottom.
And Denny. And that puts Barry on the outside. Well, they both feel that the bottom is going to be dominant.
So, yeah, what kind of a...
My brain just cramped a little bit.
Well, Byron, how much, if at all, will he push the 23 down the front straightaway toward turn 1?
So I will say, while it is a bit baffling, man, for the race fan, I'm also, a little enthused that it's not about team. Like, at some point, I want to see the stars settle. I know they're teammates, but if William Byron thinks he can win, and that's where he thinks he can come from, there's a part of me as a sports fan that I don't really love hearing about all the organizations. I want to see William Byron do it. William Byron was. Let's remember a year ago, Brad Keselowski was on the front row, ran out of gas coming to the restart and had to turn left. And that's what messed the whole restart up right here. That orange black car, Brad K. hits. That makes Blaney the control car. He doesn't get a great restart. Larson clears him on the inside. Game over after a whole bunch of melees.
Yeah, big wreck behind him to set up. Another green-white checker, didn't it? Priest ended up spun out off of turn 2, which ended the race under yellow.
Double overtime a year ago. At least one extra session here today. Front row, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson. For Bubba, it would be his first win of the year, lock himself into the playoffs. For Larson, he would end the summer slide, get back to victory lane, and go back-to-back in this crown jewel event.
I mean, the storylines are just heavy hitters. Briscoe's back in it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you look top 4 or 5 rows, and not that there isn't a great storyline when you want a race like this, but a lot of them really rearing their head here as we anticipate overtime.
and I'll still be shocked if it's one shot. We have to see the white flag for this to be the last one, and it'll be impressive if they can get 2.5 miles in without a massive disagreement somewhere in the field.
We were 5 minutes from being done. In regulation, the rain settles in, sets up overtime. The extra period in the Brickyard, presented by Credit One Bank. Bubba Wallace in control, Larson to his right. Here we go with OT.
Here we go.
Number 1
OT.
Gets a great launch. The 5's getting a
2 laps to go.
Right up inside on the outside even. A great arc
Kyle Larson is there, coming off of turn 2, but Bubba Wallace jumps out in front. 23 to the lead.
Larson won't be able to do the crossover down the back straightaway.
Calm behind, surprisingly pretty calm for the front 10. You see Blaney jump out of line, but it's Larson and Bubba. Oh, my God, a crash in the back.
Oh, no! Crash! Oh my God! Oh!
And the 54
Come on!
Reddick gets caught up in that. Yeah, Reddick's choice to pit is going to end his day early. Now I think they have a points advantage. All the work all year gave them the points to take this gamble. It looked so calm, too. I thought we were in good shape.
And when they got off 2, I'm like, okay, maybe Bubba's got a chance to get it back to the white, and then wham, down the back straightaway. It all broke loose. Hated for Zane, who was running 13th and in line for a solid finish. Here's 5 audio, Kyle Larson.
Depending on how quick they get it cleaned up, we still should be okay here. Do a good job staying the course like you are.
You know, I liked everything about Cliff Daniels except for his monotone nature, because I can't tell how confident he was in that statement. You know, I'm an emotional type guy. He's very even-keeled.
Let's see how Zane Smith gets turned around here down the back straightaway on the right side of your screen. Oh, Christopher Bell gets into the... you know, it's kind of hard to tell from that angle. Looking at it from maybe head on, we can see if there was a block. Here we go. Zane's blocking a little bit low. The 20 just gets hooked and turned into, I don't know if mistimed it or got a little bad push.
I don't know if there was anyone on the 20's bumper. I just think he was trying to cross him over and caught the bumper.
Yeah.
Either way, results the same. Zane Smith is not going to be happy.
Right front wheel.
Yeah.
Totally broken. Yeah, the 20 just goes left into, or hooked him, just ran into him. If that was just big misjudgment, it's an odd piece of contact there.
Reddick started on the pole last year, finished 2nd. Crash late today takes him out of contention.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Christopher Bell just misjudged. He was trying to dive late to do, get to the inside of the 38. Terribly misjudged.
His radio sounds the same way.
Yeah.
He said, man, I didn't want to do that. It's just reads like a mistake.
Look at all these cars trying to avoid. It's a great shot.
Chase Elliott, good on fuel up to 16th now. Look at your lane.
Yeah, it's no control shoes. That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm in no hurry to get there. You're good.
Yeah, even cross too. Yep, same thing.
That just absolute. Yeah. That is terrible. Is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
That was just terrible.
What about the leader, Marty?
This could very well end Bubba Wallace's shot at the Brickyard 400. This was from Charles tonight just moments ago. Listen.
Keep saving hard here. Obviously not in a good spot on fuel. At a minimum, we got to get to when pit road is open.
At a minimum, Steve, he said we have to get to when pit road's open. And I think Denike's issue now is he's worried that Bubba Wallace may not be able to make it back around until pit road is open. They also told William Byron, very high chance we're going to have to pit as well. So that would be first and third that feel like they have to pit before the second overtime, if that comes to fruition.
Man, that's just... 5 minutes. Adam said it multiple times. 5 minutes before the rain came, just a handful of laps. Bubba Wallace doing everything he could do. But all of this disappointment, though, I just want to go back to the start of the day. Dale, you and I were down on the desk. We talked about what it was like to race here. And then Jamie McMurray told us about what it was like to win here. And all of this disappointment and turmoil and challenge and stress is what makes what Jamie McMurray got to experience so wonderful, right? I mean, that's just it. You and I have lost way more races every one, but we just know how much it means when you are able to kind of put everything together.
Larson running 2nd, Alan.
And Steve, you talked about the monotone of Cliff Daniels, Kyle Larson's crew chief. You don't hear worry on the radio. You just hear him reminding, hey, we are in a better fuel situation by 2 laps. than Bubba, about 3 laps better than Byron, so they feel confident. Again, they went through every scenario. Should he run out, go to the reserve, all that stuff. Don't hear the worry on the radio that they're about to run out.
I go back to Bubba Wallace, and you don't want to lose the lead here, right? And you don't want to run out of fuel, but this magnifies, because if you run out of gas, not only do you not win the race, you think about the points battle they're in, and now you have to make a stop, and maybe you don't get back around and all those things. This is
Pit road's open right now. Green light's on. They're coming through turn 4. So the chances of getting to pit road are good. Just having to pit out of the lead of the Brickyard 400. Doesn't look like, will he do it? Doesn't look like he's going to do it.
He's not.
Yeah.
Nope. They said, we're going to run out of gas. We're going to just... Pit road was open that time. No takers. I think we looked to the right. The light's green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Green light. Man, oh man.
Living on the edge.
Well, now I'm confident we're going to have a third. Because somebody's going to step on the go pedal and it's not going to go.
Marty?
A lot of debate on the radios. If they, I'm hearing on William Byron's radio, if they choose next time, it will be really close. If they go one more lap, they cannot make it. So they might have to come down pit road. And I will tell you what, since that radio communication from Charles tonight to Bubba Wallace, there has not been a word spoken on Bubba Wallace's radio to say, hey, come to pit road or anything like that. Not a word as far as I've heard.
You start thinking about shoes here. Bubba goes inside again, you assume. And last time William went behind him as Larson went to the outside. But I go to something Larson told us here over the weekend. He said last year when he chose the inside behind Brad Keselowski, one of the reasons was we felt like he could run out of fuel, and that would allow us to restart on the front row. So if you're Byron here, you could be sitting in the catbird seat to get on the front row if Bubba is to run out of fuel. Something to think about as you manage the choose in these last moments in this race.
There's a lot to untangle.
Oh. Marty?
And Charles and I did say, stay out, save for your life. So Bubba Wallace, maybe a playoff spot in front of him, maybe a Brickyard 400. They do not know if they have enough fuel. And they just told William Byron, we should be coming to the choose. It will be really close, but we too, not pitting obviously. So if they choose here, Steve, these teams think it'll be really close to make it. If it really goes one more lap before they choose, they cannot make it. That's how tight it is on this fuel.
I look at the flag man right out in front of me out in the pagoda. He's got that caution flag wrapped up in his hand. That tells me we're coming to the choose. I'm old school. I know we talk about the radio, but I remember the Saturday night short track days where that's the guy that was in charge of everything. So
the margin of being a hero versus feeling the heartbreak in the Brickyard 400. It's going to be double overtime.
Yeah, you're dealing with a ton of emotion. To your point there, Adam, you got the concern over whether you're going to. You've worked all day long, no matter what the race is, no matter where the race is at. You ran all day long to put yourself in this position to succeed. And on top of that, you got some cars coming to pit road. Chase Briscoe looks like he's coming down to pit road now.
yeah, so Briscoe, he had to throw the towel in, right? Because pit road's closed this time. They closed it a month ago, so it must be a fuel issue for the 19. All right,
See what the choose looks like.
I assume it's bottom 23, bottom 24. Let's see. And Danny continues to pick the bottom. He doesn't want the outside.
The other thought here, Larson's already had one crack at it. So now you have a little bit of a glimpse of the game plan of what Bubba might try to do. Does it get more difficult if you're driver 23 to hold off someone of that caliber on a restart?
Bubba's one of the best in the series with restarts. I think he's got to feel pretty confident. Taking a look at the last restart, the 21 of Josh Berry. So the 23 of Bubba gets a really good launch, almost clearing himself, trying to get over in front of the 5. But Josh Berry is pushing this 5-car Larson back up to the outside of the 23, giving Larson a shot there, giving him an opportunity off into turn 2. I think that's experience that Bubba Wallace can expect on this next restart. Probably not going to get this awesome, incredible push from Byron. Yeah, Byron had an opportunity to really get behind him there and push him. It didn't look like it worked out. The outside line was more organized. Bubba would love, though, to get another great launch and see if he can clear right in front of that 5 car.
What do you want to switch on? What do you want to switch?
What do you want me to do with the switches?
You know, at this point, some guys run the fuel pickup split for a little bit of heads up. There's no reason for a heads up. You might as well have whatever you think picks up the most fuel flipped on, and if it sputters,
Prior to the restart zone. Flip the switch prior to the restart zone.
all right. So what they're trying to do there is just make sure everything's full, right? So you run the switch one way and then flip it. Good thing, I guess it's a good thing, but with the banked racetrack, you know, high banked racetrack, sometimes you have problems on the yellow like a Talladega or a Dover. Here, with it being flat, should be pretty good to keep the fuel where it needs to be.
I think if you're
I'm nervous.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Bubba, for any of these guys up front to run out. I'm also nervous for the guys in the back to avoid what kind of chain reaction that might create, right? We've seen so many accidents sort of toward the 10th, 15th place on that back straightaway.
Overtime number 2 in the Brickyard 400. Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, row 1.
This time the launch is really even between the 23 and the 5.
Here we go.
Side door to door down into
2 laps to go in this one.
Line high, don't miss the corner.
wiggle right there with Larson.
Bubba Wallace gets it done again. 23 out front off of turn 2.
Will we stay green? Do they have the fuel? Those are the big questions.
If they can get back around with a white flag, the
Still
next
good. Hit your
flag
mark
will
here.
win the race. And they're getting aggressive in the back of the pack, down the back straightaway, into turn 3. Bubba Wallace.
Ow.
Oh, we got a couple of cars up the racetrack. So far, all good. Coming back down.
All right.
Down into turn 4.
Some cars came out of the track. They're pretty good. All right, in this one, it's gonna be
White flag.
white flag. Last lap. 1 to go. This is it. Who can win the race and get on out of here?
Trying to win his way to the postseason.
Still 5 back out of a small run. Be ready for a late dive.
Larson with a bit of momentum down the back straightaway. It's not going to be enough.
The guy from distance, long distance, they can't catch up with the other 2 cars.
24 is out. Will the 23 make it? They were both so close.
Here they come. This is it. Bubba Wallace will eventually going to win this race at the Brickyard 400. Bubba Wallace win this race. We did it. What a race.
So proud of you, brother. Awesome job, everybody. Way to grow some fuel. Good job, boys. Somebody make sure they came.
Wow. What a race. What a race. What a day.
Toyota wins the race. Toyota wins the in-season challenge. Ty Gibbs, first year in the bracket, takes home the $1 million.
Wow. $1 million. Woo! $1 million. Wowee. Now it's going to take on the
Best friends. Ryan
$1 million.
really happy.
What a job by the field. We had a little bit of a
Looks
yellow
like all
first
cars
time.
are making their way back to the pits, and that will go on for the day.
Bubba Wallace busts the bubble and wins his way to the playoffs.
And he made his way into the playoffs now. So Bubba Wallace win this race, of course. Now he's going to do a celebration out here by the fans, of course. We know how the fans got here. They either took a public transportation or something like that, or they drove, you know?
Oh, man. Wow. But what are you going to say now, baby? Let's go!
Always got a chip on his shoulder, you know it?
Whatever it is, of course.
He's a father. His mindset has changed. And I go back to Michael Jordan at Daytona prior to that first year of competition for 2011.
And he's doing a celebration by the fans, too.
And they continue to deliver.
Was so good here last year, came here this year, trying to find the same speed that they showed in 2024, and Bubba Wallace said it on the front row, disappointed a little bit.
Wow, a lot of smoke coming out from that car.
But he walks away with the checker flag, opportunity to kiss the bricks. Forever a Brickyard 400 winner.
Second place on Saturday, the first on Sunday for Bubba Wallace. Turned the front row start into a trip to victory lane. Third win of his career. Got it done in Talladega in Kansas prior to today. Ninth win all time from 2311. Toyota is win number 190.
But
Here's Marty Snyder.
yeah.
What a celebration in front of the 2311 race team.
Bubba Wallace win this race and be taking home the $1 million.
Bubba Wallace.
Oh yeah. To celebrate together in front of his pit crew and even the fans too.
Adam, you said it. They can't take this one away. He'll forever be a Brickyard 400 champion and a winner at Indianapolis. And what an impressive drive. Saving fuel. Team didn't know. Charleston Knight debated on bringing him down pit road, but he stuck with his driver, and they pull it off here in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah.
Well, when you and I chatted this morning, you had a smile on your face when you and I chatted this morning, but what were the nerves like before that second overtime? Because there was a real debate about whether you needed to pit or not.
One more out. Man, I thought about every which way to Sunday besides driving a race car. Under that red flag.
We on TNT Sports. It's NASCAR on
Just so
TNT.
proud of this team. That adrenaline
For this
rush is
today's
crazy.
race.
I'm coming off that right now. And I'm wore out. But I just want to thank everybody behind you right here, all these guys, all these men and women at Airspeed for making this possible. And thank you. I don't see my wife and my kid, but welcome to Victory Lane, Bex. It's pretty cool. Officially, Daytona was Daytona, but to overcome so much, thank you. And to put these people here in Victory Lane, that's what it's about. It's about these people that continue to push in me, believe in me, and man, just so proud. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you.
Here comes Bex and Amanda. They're right here. They want to celebrate. The tears for everybody. We'll give them a family moment.
watch my back,
Bex
bro.
gets to
Watch my back.
celebrate with Dad.
Yeah, but now, of course, whatever that is, you know, and of course, and
What does this moment mean as a, you can hand it back to Amanda, tears in her eyes. What does this moment mean to have the family here and to celebrate now as an Indianapolis winner?
Unbelievable. To win here at the Brickyard, knowing how big this race is, knowing all the noise that's going on in the background, to set that all aside is a testament to these people here on this 23 team. It's been getting old running on the cut line.
Yeah, you have a lot of detractors to your career, Bubba, and what would you say to those folks right now?
It don't matter. I'm already winning at life. I got the best wife, the best kid. People are always going to say something. I am excited to see how far the goalpost has moved. So I get to go and chase that now. So how many days since my last win? That's right.
100 since his last win, and zero. Yeah, now it's 0. That's right for Bubba Wallace. He wins the Brickyard 400. And by the way, welcome to the playoffs as well for the 23 team.
and he's now in the playoffs for Bubba Wallace.
0.
Man, that's awesome to see that emotion. Bubba's just such a great guy. He races hard and races hard on his sleeve. He's working really hard internally, personally.
By now,
In a good place.
looks like the fans are just making their way out of here.
He's talked about that openly.
You know?
It's just awesome to see get to a place to where he can go out there and buckle down and win such an incredible race. And let's take a look at the restart to see how all this developed.
He drove a great race, and he was tested twice. Kyle Larson, the guy next to him, everybody thinks is one of the best who has ever. And twice he beat him on the restart. This year, Larson stayed door to door through turn 1, but Bubba did a nice job getting right to the bottom, the 5 a little high, and that sealed it.
Yeah, I would like to know, I think, did he have it on the map? Right? Yeah. Was he still trying to save another tenth or 2 of fuel? When he looked in the mirror and knew he had such a gap on the 5, does he start to, breathe a little bit of fuel down the back straightaway or get out of gas just a little bit early, or was he just hammer down, hoping for the best?
You'll take winning a race like this any way you can get it. But to beat Larson on a restart and to have Byron and Hamlin behind you, that magnifies how impressive this is.
Incredible speed, set it on the front row, 3rd fastest lap of the race. 23:11 was great here last year, and just so smart on their fuel and their pit strategy to be able to come down pit road and leapfrog in front of the 5. That was the pass for the win.
Thanks for my birthday gift, man.
Now to Danielle Trotta.
The first ever in-season bracket challenge winner is standing here with NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps. Ty Gibbs was able to hold off Ty Dillon and win $1 million. Steve's here to present the big trophy.
First time.
Yes, sir.
Very exciting.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
At just 22 years old, Ty Gibbs.
Wow, Ty Gibbs.
In-season bracket challenge champion. 5 rounds beginning at Atlanta, defeating as the 6th seed his first opponent. At Chicago 2nd, Sonoma 7th, and Dover 5th. And now with a 21st place finish, it's enough to cash a $1 million check. And take a look at the bling. Show it off one more time, Ty. Congratulations. How does this feel?
Yeah, it's great. First of all, I want to say all glory to God. And the other thing I want to say is, $1 million is a lot of money. I want to have, I'm going to give $10,000 to wherever Ty Dillon wants to, choose to tie to or give to a charity. So,
Ty Gibbs has actually won $1 million, actually, not Bubba Wallace.
Fast Monster, actually, Toyota Camry did not end up where we wanted to be there at the end. We just lost track position and kind of was out of the way to win the race. So had to kind of play it a little bit safe. But I want to say thank you so much to everybody that's a part of this deal. Ray, Fritz, Dave Gallen, Tom Norwood, Mitch Covington, Rodney, everybody that's kind of a part of it. So super cool. Thank you to TNT and NASCAR for this opportunity, and awesome to win it.
5 weeks, 5 races, Ty. You're also an Xfinity Series champion. Which one was more stressful?
I don't know. They were both super stressful. It's super cool to win in. It's an honor, and I'm very blessed to be in this situation. So I hope Ty chooses somewhere good, and I really respect him as a person. I think he's a great person. So very honored to be in this position.
19th when the rain came, 21st ultimately, but in that overtime, part of a wreck, Ty. Were you ever concerned or on the radio asking about where your opponent was throughout the day?
Not really. You know, we got close to, being involved with it, but I thought we played it really well and kind of looked at the bigger picture, so super cool to be a part of it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Ty Gibbs, $1 million richer.
Wow, Ty Gibbs has won $1 million actually. Wowee.
Donation to a charity of their choosing. So good deal all around here. A big deal for this 22-year-old at Joe Gibbs Racing, Adam.
Feel like all the brackets were busted week one, but in the end, it's Ty Gibbs who's able to get it done, win the $1 million. And now we update the leaderboard, 4 races to go to the playoffs.
We got 4 more races left to go before the playoffs.
And that's what new winners really do to this. And I don't think we're done seeing new winners. Reddick has to be feeling good, but Bowman, Busher, Priest, Bush. And we just heard from Ty Gibbs. Why not Ty Gibbs? Why not his first career win somewhere in the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable if I'm Tyler Reddick to be that far ahead. I think we will get another unique winner from below the cut line. But just a heck of a job by Bubba Wallace and his team to be able to do what they needed to do today, changing that cut line and creating the storylines. Another dynamic, result or finish to an Indy race here. And it's so interesting to me how you think every year these crew chiefs have upped the game in strategy. And the things Penske were doing today was really unique. And had the tire situations not been them, where would they have been in the final running order? And then Bubba Wallace's team sort of outsmarting the Chevrolets there, and Hendrick to jump ahead, leapfrog ahead. Just incredible strategy.
It's always great when you finish a race, and I could easily swap 6 or 7 names for this man right here, Bubba Wallace. He did it on the cycle. He did it on the green flag run. He outrun Kyle Larson, and then with the caution, and then the red, and all of that. 2 restarts, did them both perfectly. So the celebration hopefully will continue more than just tonight. He deserves it. He knows he's been living on that cut line, but living on his whole career, it seems like. Not this time. He has 4 weeks of planning. He is playoff bound.
Nothing like celebrating to win, especially in a crown jewel. And today the stage belongs to Bubba Wallace. You two going down to join the NASCAR Nation crew. Ty Gibbs will stop by as well. We're all done at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It took us 2 overtimes to finish things off in the Brickyard 400. But the extra session's good to Bubba Wallace. Number 23, finding his way to the front. And once he got there, he never gave it up. NASCAR Nation is next on TNT. Let the celebration begin. Bubba Wallace, you are
NASCAR Nation is coming up next
Brickyard 400.
here at the Brickyard 400. We'll see you then.